Carpoolers is episode 96, getting down to nerdy and a dirty. I'm here with myself, of course, and I got my brother Dimitri in here background, wearing sporting the Captain America outfit, or
Stars and
Captain
Stripes, buddy.
Falcon, or Stars and Stripes. I got Robert here. Say what's up, Robert.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
My brother's grandfather clock.
I was gonna say, I was like, that a grandfather clock? Damn,
Yeah.
dude. And we got Martin, Martin in Zero Dark 30, man. He's hiding in a cave somewhere. Damn, man, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, so if you haven't heard, we're gonna get nerdy and dirty. It's been, we've been postponing this podcast for about 3 weeks now, I think. We're talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier finale, or the entire series. So going full on spoilers. We're talking about Invincible. And I don't know how far you guys got, but we'll talk about some of the episodes. And then, Jesus, man, T, back me up. What else are we talking about here? Mortal Kombat. We didn't talk about Mortal Kombat. Get our thoughts about that. And anything new that's come out. Yeah, anything new that's come out this past few weeks. I mean, Dimitri just posted about The Rock playing with a Crypto, the dog.
Super dog.
Super dog. That's hilarious, man. He's so badly wants. From what I heard last is that he is support for that Snyderverse. He wants to fight Superman, and he's pals with Henry Cavill. Cavill.
Yeah, I heard they had a meeting, didn't they?
Yeah, and so he's like, I want this to happen, and so it's like WB's like that's like their biggest cash crop right now is that The Rock is gonna be in their universe. So it's like, oh, maybe we should consider what he wants. And so it's like, yeah, come on, dude. I was like, just do it. Yeah.
It's kind of, The Rock is a little bit of a, I'm not really sure, but I think he's homegrown. I think he lived, or he's from Hayward. He lived in Hayward for a long time.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Wait, The Rock is from Newark?
Hayward, the Bay Area, yeah. Well, he lived here for a portion of his life when he was younger.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's, same with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
and
he was Chabot.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know that. Oh,
one of Tom Hanks' first job was actually working at the Oakland Coliseum. I don't know during COVID if you guys noticed, right behind the home plate, how they had everyone's cutout stuff like that. They had a cutout of Tom Hanks when he was younger, working as one of the concession people.
No
right
way.
Home plate. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, guys. I mean, what do you think we should start first? Should we start with Mortal Kombat since that's short and easy? Sure. I mean, that movie was probably an hour and a half.
Throwing in an early uppercut there.
All right, so let's talk about Mortal Kombat. So, Mortal Kombat. I'm talking about the first one back in what 95, I think it came out. That one is still it's still a guilty pleasure for me because the soundtrack was dope. The fighting, cool, it definitely. I didn't play the video games that much. I wasn't really that into it, but I definitely played it when I had a chance to. Plus, it was bloody, and my mom didn't want me playing it at the time. But I definitely got really into it when the movie came out, and it still had very high standards at video game movies at the time, and so it still did. And now it's like, okay, let's see what this one does. Let's see what this one brings. There's even been a live action web series I remember that came out a few years back, almost a decade ago. That was pretty good too. And recently, of course, the video games have just been they're gruesome. They're so gruesome. And so it's of course, this movie had everything to live up to. And so it's I'm just wondering for you guys, did it live up to your expectations when it came to how it felt based off the video games and all the other material? For me, I think they could have done more. I mean, the director kept saying he wanted to show some scenes, and the executives were scared about it, and just this is what Mortal Kombat is. It's this is what you're expected to be. If you don't go full on out, then you're not Mortal Kombat. And so it's but as for the whole movie, it's just I don't know. I mean, heck, it wasn't even a tournament. It was building up to a tournament, and they were so focused on building a sequel that's you got to focus on the first movie first. You got to get my attention. But yeah, I'll stop there. Anyone else want to go? Dimitri, since you were first on here, go ahead.
Let's just call it what it is. It's beautiful trash. That's what it was. It was entertaining to the max with all the all the fatalities, all the fighting, but there was no real story plot development. There was no character development, and yeah, there was no tournament. That was the whole point of Mortal Kombat. There's supposed to be a tournament. I get they're trying to expand on the Mortal Kombat franchise, but there's no tournament in the first one. There should have been something like that at least.
Yeah, seriously. Robert, go ahead. Robert.
No, and I don't want to like offend any of your fans or the audience, but
stupid fans. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just thought it was a waste of time when I finished watching it. Because I remember watching I haven't played that much Mortal Kombat, but I did go on YouTube at one point and looked up Mortal Kombat X, all cutscenes in one kind of 2-hour thing, and it was just kind of cool. Like it was kind of like,
oh yeah,
it was really well developed and just with the cutscenes involved. And I imagine the movie doesn't really have to segue from that. They could adopt that in their certain way, and I just feel like they took the step backward. And regarding the plot, I would have been fine with just like a series of just fights. That's it, with no plot. I mean,
yeah.
But it was kind of weird because they wanted to make a plot. They tried. They half-assed it. And I just thought it was kind of just it definitely lost my attention for sure.
I think where it was going, it started off good with the whole let's get into Scorpion and see about his life and give him this whole character development and stuff. And then it kind of just fell off to I get they were trying to do his heritage or his relatives, but they kind of just jumped into, okay, we're gonna get all these rejects and just give them superpowers somehow. They don't even explain how they got these powers. They're just worthy apparently, and then they just randomly get powers.
Yeah.
Martin, go ahead before we start getting more into detail. What you think?
Man, I mean, going back to what you said about 1995 Mortal Kombat, guilty pleasure. I mean, I only find all pleasure, none of the guilt in that one. I think, I mean, that movie was just a Saturday morning cartoon, and it is so much fun. And I watched it semi recently, and I was like, oh man, it's just a silly, fun movie. It doesn't really take itself seriously too much, So I think in that sense, you can kind of buy it pretty good. And then the effects and some of the set pieces are they do the practical, and it just looks very Haunted Mansion-y. And then Goro in that one, it just I don't know. There was a lot. That movie kind of just I love that movie. It's just a fun movie, and I just think it just all kind of made sense for that video. It's very video game-ish,
Right.
Opening scene, you have the main theme, and it just starts off, and I think just straight through it. And then you go through the second one, Annihilation, which is just total
Oh, I was like, don't bring up Annihilation. No. That was what we thought Mortal Kombat was going to be. And
I think it tanked the whole series.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there, and so
it's you have Mortal Kombat in the movies, and then you have the sequel, and that one deserved to be on DVD at a $5 store at a gas station. That's how you put the sequel. It looked bad, so bad.
Yeah. I get understandably why it would tank the series, and it just kind of turned was. I mean, I was gonna miss. Is it Paul W. Sam? I forget that all the Anderson mixed me up.
Which one? Are you talking which character? Is it an actor or a character?
No, the director.
The director.
He did Resident Evil.
He's the one that did this movie.
He did the original Paul W.
Oh shit!
And he did Resident Evil, Event Horizon. He did the new Monster Hunter. He does all these video game movies.
Oh shit!
And I feel out of all the video games movies, he was Mortal Kombat was the one, hit the head on the nail.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes. Speaking of the original one, I'm sorry, we got to keep bringing this up, but the last Mortal Kombat game had a lot of extra characters. There's always coming out with another DLC. How Terminator, was it Rambo's in there? A bunch of other cool characters, Spawn, Alien, just name them. They're probably in there. But the last one I think I saw was the skins. Was that you can change the skins to be the characters from Mortal Kombat. So Raiden looks like Raiden from the first original movie.
Yeah.
And it's actually has the voice actor in it. So it's like, what the fuck? Sonya Blade, they did a Sonya Blade. I think they did a couple other characters. Shang Tsung, they did it to him as well. The guy that can change appearances and everything. They brought him back. Heck, they brought him back for the DLC. And so like the Mortal Kombat's all about bringing that back, that fan service, but making it work. And it's mind-boggling, like how they do that. But yeah, speaking of this movie, I mean, let's see. The whole point was just to have a tournament, and it was just more like, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, and you get it. Like, you kind of got the concept based on the video games. It's like, yeah, another world's trying to take over this world, and in order to prevent that, the gods held a tournament, and whoever wins conquers the other world or something like that, and that's it. And here they're trying to make it superly overcomplicated by adding, oh, these are your powers. This is how you get it, and this is the marking. You have to have this marking to be in this competition. Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah,
they made it too complicated.
I feel like when they made the movie, they kind of expected like all these viewers kind of to see all this like Mortal Kombat lore, and they were kind of like throwing the best of it. And I kind of give them props because I think they made it with a lot of heart and a lot of care. There were just like some, just some like missteps.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a fun time watching it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Whoever's listening to this, like this Mortal Kombat movie, it is fun to watch, but like I wouldn't go see it in theaters. I'm glad I didn't go see it in theaters and pay money for this.
I found it funny when Liu Kang was fighting Kano in like during their training session, and he's over here like doing the same move over and over. Like in the video games, that's what people would do. Like just keep doing the same move over.
Okay, hands down, I loved Kano in this movie. Kano was the best part of this movie.
He was funny.
He was definitely entertaining. I mean, hell, he was like making fun of Liu Kang, like, put a shirt on, Magic Mike. I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn. Hella funny.
How much did that cost, that joke referencing another like movie like copyright?
Yeah. Probably more than what they made.
Oh my god, seriously. What did you guys think of the kills?
They were brutal.
Pretty brutal?
I like the fatalities. All the fights led up to one.
It
was kind of like you're playing a video game.
I thought for sure like they were cool, but I thought maybe they happened a little too quick. Where like when what's his name, Kung Lao was like, he used his hat to kill the bat lady. I forgot her name, but yeah, like when he cut her half, you see it, but it was pretty quick, and I was like, man, that would be cool if you see her kind of like a Saw thing where she's like looking at the blade and it's screaming, and then he slowly does it. That would just that little emphasis there is just like, oh my god, that would have been cool.
You gotta do some slow-mo.
Yeah, and I don't like that torture horror movie stuff, but in Mortal Kombat, I'm like, fuck it, do it.
That's some of the stuff like he was trying to put in, but they weren't about it because you said that.
Yeah. Some executives were like, "Oh no, we can't do that," and it's just like, this is fucking Mortal Kombat, man. Do it.
Like all the fatality scenes were pretty gruesome already. So like, how much more can you get?
You want to see some awesome fatalities? Watch that last Rambo movie. With Sylvester Stallone, I think a Rambo comes home or something. I don't know if you've seen the fight scenes in the end, but oh my god,
that movie got a lot of hate. But I thought the movie was. I
thought it was fucking bad. Well, it got hate because it put Mexicans on a bad rap or something like that. I think that's what it was. But like hey, they were cartel and they got what they deserved, and fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like, anyways, yeah. Any more last thoughts about Mortal Kombat?
I just hope for the best. I hope they can continue it. Like it's just a fun watch. I don't like my expectations weren't that big or anything. I was just looking for see what they were gonna do. You know what's really good? That the animation one, Scorpion's Revenge.
Yeah.
That was good.
I think that is like key Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like Dimitri said, the whole beginning of this movie was about Scorpion, and they kind of like threw that into the background. And then they added this new character. I forgot his name. But he's supposed to be like descended from Scorpion, and it's like that came out of nowhere. They really didn't need to add that character, and they could have just gone straight with Johnny Cage or some other character. Heck, Sonya and Jax are basically like, they're armed forces, but they don't know anything about the mystical crap, and so they would have been thrown in out of the loop too. They would be like, "What the fuck is all this?" And
Yeah.
so they could have easily used those
I thought it
characters
was
as Avatar.
super weird. These little tiny robot arms in the beginning. Like, I was like, what the? It
What?
just looked so weird. And later they just like pulled out his tank arms.
I thought, if they're going that route, okay, are they gonna build up to his arms? You know what I mean, like kind of like an Iron Man status, and all of a sudden he has magical metal arms. And I'm like, how does this magic stuff work?
Yeah, I mean, they all got their powers kind of randomly.
Mhm.
What do they call it? Like the Arcana that they had to.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that.
Something
It was
like that.
so weird.
Kano got his powers just from being pissed off for not getting an egg roll. Like, what the hell?
That was pretty good. You gonna jump on it? Oh, your drink's right there. Yeah. Oh, guys, we got a Stephanie here. Say hi. Say hi to the fellas.
Hello.
Hi, fellas.
Hi.
Oh,
Stephanie.
what's your quick thoughts about
friends.
Mortal Kombat?
Oh, I wasn't expecting so much gruesomeness.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Have you
Well-
not played the game?
I know I've played the game so many times, but
Oh yeah, Mortal
That
Kombat
was
was one of her
great.
first games she played. When she
She
started
Yeah.
dating me.
She used to beat you.
yeah.
Shut up.
Which one was on it?
That's because she was one of those people that kept pressing the same damn button all the time.
Noob.
like
Yeah,
that
she
thing
kept
with
being
Kate.
she kept being noob.
Noob.
Noob was a fucking
Noob
cheat
was
code.
my favorite
Okay,
player to play, actually. Because
What?
everyone would pick Scorpion or Sub-Zero.
she kept picking
Kate
noob
is
because she kept
generic.
pressing the stupid button that teleports him and hits me, and kept
Yeah.
fucking with me all the time.
I like that move.
Yep. Me too.
All right, so yeah, I think we'll close it out on our Mortal Kombat topic, but yeah, so
I like your jersey, Dimitri.
and great segue
Thank
into that.
you.
We're gonna get into
Ooh.
Captain America
That looks
and
nice.
Winter
I
Soldier
had to get it.
first, I believe first season. We'll see if there's second season.
I don't
Yeah,
think they are.
all about the series, and so let's see how let's do this review. All in all, I think the series was supposed to come out first, and then it got pushed back because of the COVID. But either way, like I'm glad it still came out, and it was really good. Like the first episode, because like I had my buddy Fernando with me, and like we watched Endgame, and then we went right into the first episode of this, and so it definitely picks up. And 6 months later, like right after that, and then you definitely still have that feel, and you kind of feel like was it Falcon's like his like guilt, like he doesn't know how to live up to it, and who would? It's like, fucking, you're Captain America, like you did all this crazy shit, and like I don't deserve this shield, and so it was just a lot of amped upness, and he did the right thing, putting it in a museum probably, or what felt bad, felt good, to him, and then later on the government just fucks with him and let's make a new Captain America just like that, and it's like, who the fuck is this dick? What you guys think of that first episode announcement?
Yeah, I mean, it was it threw everyone in a loop when they introduced like the new Captain America, and I'm trying to remember the first episode. I really liked it a lot. I think they talked to I think what I enjoyed most was like the Winter Soldier and like his background, or where does he live, or how does he fit a normal life,
Yeah.
And it seems like he was, going through the process of, kind of like deconstructing his mind and rehabilitating it in the same, on the same level. And yeah, I liked it a lot. I think that's all I can say.
Yeah.
I think it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think Marvel's I think it's pretty crazy how they just like they take like a bit of a step back and then just like all these filler kind of, but it's like good filler, like that kind of like, oh wow, you wouldn't think of that, and then it's just like, okay, so kind of how that plays out is I think it's just really cool, kind of unexpected. So I like to see all that.
You're right. Like I like how Marvel can do one big event, hence the blip, and still show it from different people's point of view. Heck, you see the WandaVision episode 4 where what's her name, the woman comes back, from in the hospital, and her mom's supposed to be in there. Captain
Monica.
Marvel's Monica. Sorry, Monica Rambeau. And she comes back, and it looks like a horror scene because people just like randomly showing up in a hospital, and it's like holy shit. And then here, you see like the Flashmasters. You kind of get their point of view, like the world was in chaos for 5 years. Now all of a sudden people just randomly show up, and it's like, okay, what the fuck? Like, how's the government gonna handle this? And then you get people like the Falcon, where he wants to get a loan, but he's been gone for like 5 years, and it's like, what the fuck? Even superheroes can get like I would have if I was the Falcon. I'd be like, bitch, I brought everyone back from the universe. I was like, you can't give me a fucking loan? Are you serious? And then he wants a picture. I was like, what?
Fucking corporate America.
Fucking corporate. Yeah.
And I guess one thing that I always think about, like with like during during that series, I always thought about like Spider-Man: Far From Home, because that takes place after the blip as well, and then the only like issues that they bring up is like, oh, the students are like different age now, and it's just weird, like how you see this one kid go through like puberty, like all of a sudden kind of thing.
One kid's like 20.
Yeah.
And like they go to Europe. Spoiler, they go to Europe in Spider-Man: Far From Home. But then we see like in the series, like the Flag Smashers are all over Europe, and they're kind of like they've been there enough to like know like the underlying issues that are happening in like within borders, as opposed to Spider-Man, where like they're on a field trip.
Yep.
It was pretty cool seeing like straight off the first episode. You see like how heroic Sam really is. Like,
oh yeah.
Like he's doing all this action shit, and compare it. I actually rewatched the first episode today because that's the one I've seen probably the least, or I haven't seen it recently. Compare it to the last episode where he actually has a shield and he has his new suit. He's still doing the same thing with his wings. Like he's still Sam.
Yeah.
Like all he has is a shield and a new suit. So really, like he's been doing this all along.
Suit. Yeah.
He's always been a badass hero.
Yeah, man.
All the same shit, like jumping from planes and like helicopters and shit, and all the maneuvers he was doing.
He finally got the label he deserved, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And then, like you were saying, how he didn't feel worthy with the shield. I just think he didn't know how to like respect Steve. I guess he felt disrespectful owning that shield. Because he didn't know how to live up to his expectations. Yeah,
I think that was a big theme where it's like he didn't know how to live up to that, and it's like I don't know what to do with this. And
but he's been doing it all along.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's been doing it this whole entire time. Let's see. I mean, I guess I'll go right into it. Where like the biggest surprise for me was that you find out that there has been basically a black Captain America, and it's like, wait, what? And then you find out he's been in prison for 30 years, and they experimented on him because, of course, this was brought up all the way back to like the second Marvel movie was the Incredible Hulk, where everyone was trying to recreate that super soldier serum, and here looks like they did so many test subjects, but it looks like they finally got one that worked, and unfortunately, this guy happened to be black and they experimented on him and everything. I was just like, wow, I was shocked, and I was like, what the fuck? And then like Marvel didn't sugarcoat it. They showed it, like a person of color all of a sudden getting stopped by police just because he's having an argument with a white friend. I was like, what the fuck? And it just
thank you, Disney.
Yeah, thank you, Disney. Like you don't sugarcoat it, and it's like that's exactly what we need to see. I know some people are like, like we don't need this, politic type of thing going on, but it's like it's. And like I get it, we live in a fantasy world with Marvel and stuff like that, but sometimes what makes it great is that it lives in the reality of this world, and so that's what makes it so relatable still to these characters. And
good.
Yeah, and so how did you guys feel about that shocker that there was a black Captain America?
I just want to say what's kind of cool was, a lot of people are like, don't show politics or whatever. Like they don't want to see it. A lot of people are like, don't show politics in our sports or whatever, like leave that alone. But now they're showing politics in our shows or in our heroes.
Yeah, so you can't help it.
It's cool to see that realism.
Yeah. I think like Marvel like does a good way of like kind of like making it work. I don't think it's like super forced. I mean, it's there and it's kind of obvious, but they still make it work and like tie into all these themes. So
very tasteful in a way. I
Yeah.
mean, like towards
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
very
yeah.
like the very last episode with.
Oh my god, the build up with that.
Okay, I didn't want to talk about it like right into it, but
Oh, go ahead.
that was.
That
I swear to God, this whole series was so freaking good.
it was this
Ugh.
close to breaking me. Where
Oh,
you
it
see,
made me cry.
Yeah. Where
It was
I mean, I'm
so
sorry, forgive me
emotional.
for forgetting the name. It's been a couple weeks, but like, you know, you see the Black Captain America hugging Sam, you know, because of the memorial now that's in a museum about him, and it's like now he's finally getting honored for that, and you see him just like hugging and crying him and tearing up, and it's just like, holy,
yeah, because those in power
yeah,
are the ones with everybody's hands, like everybody's lives in their hands. You know, this is, you know, it was his role is so important in like the Marvel universe more than ever now, I feel. And I feel like it was so like well thought, you know, so put together very well, like very thoughtfully. It definitely, you know, I feel like it caught everyone's heart.
oh
There.
yeah,
It was so beautiful, and
yeah.
I need to see that scene again.
Yeah, that was a pretty powerful scene.
If you want to feel good, go watch that scene.
Watch this.
I mean, it made me cry towards the end.
Yeah, it was close to breaking me. I was
amazing.
like, this is
touching.
heavy shit
So
right
touching,
here.
yeah,
He's finally getting recognition he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
And throughout the series, I even sympathize with like the Flag Smashers. I think their purpose was definitely like something like reasonable, or I mean, it was valid to a certain extent, but like, you know, the practices were kind of, you know,
Anarchists.
makes the perception of them like a little bit more difficult to accept.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we had my parents in the room when they were watching the last episode where Sam gives a speech about like, you know, telling the politics straight to their face. It's just like, if you guys don't handle this, there's gonna be another Flag Smasher group just like this. Just the way you're treating them right now, there's gonna be more of them just like this if you keep continuing what you're doing. And they're like listening. They're like, damn, he's pretty good at this. I was like, that's a pretty good speech.
He's speaking for the people.
Yeah,
That's who Sam is.
Do more.
Yeah.
That's who Sam is.
They needed more from the government.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's who Sam is. You know, he's speaking for all the little people, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's the perfect icon for
For
you
the
know?
little people.
This is just like what was I gonna say? It's just like an evolution of, you know, Captain America, and I feel it's just it's so
Mhm.
thoughtfully well put together.
Sticking up for the little guy, as Steve once said.
What?
Yeah.
What I thought was
He was a little bit, a little bit.
Mhm.
what I thought was crazy was
Same.
that first scene where you first see Sam in his new suit, and he busts through the window, and the guy's like, "Who are you?" Like, is
Where
he
the
not
fuck do you think I am?
recognizable? Like, I'm
Look-
wearing the Stars and Stripes and have a shield, and he just looks at him like, "I'm Captain America." Like,
Yeah.
like it's like, is it not noticeable? Like, I have the shield.
Captain Falcon, the one guy referenced.
Captain Falcon.
Mhm.
Or someone said, that's the Black Falcon right there. It's like, no, that's
Yeah.
Captain America.
The Falco Punch.
If he said that, then I would be hella laughing. And I know, like you know, sometimes the suits alone can look corny, and sometimes they don't always look great, but like the characters in them make them awesome.
Mhm.
And so this is one of those times where like the suit, like I was like, wow, that's really bright white and everything. They don't normally go like that route, but then he's working it. He's making it, and then the way he moved, the way he threw the shields, flying around, I was like, man, he's making it work.
Mhm.
I think what definitely made me laugh was going back to the other Captain America. I forget his name, but what's the other guy's name? Battlestar. That he had a sidekick when that hell of a laugh when like they're in the truck together after their first fight with the terrorists.
I feel like Battlestar is like completely like that's not coming back.
I know that's pretty freaking hilarious. Jesus man, what other scenes can we talk about? Zemo. How you guys feel about Zemo and the Wakandans coming back? Man, that was a surprise. I did not see that coming.
I really hope they get into like somehow it's like the Thunderbolts. So I've been like reading and like looking up stuff about them, and Zemo is one of the leaders of the Thunderbolts.
Ooh.
I really hope they get into that aspect because, like, because somehow they can tie it into the Netflix series of like the Defenders and stuff. So I hope they bring that back because I really love the Defenders. So I don't know. There's so many ways to tie in Zemo into stuff, but
I mean, he is in the raft now with all the other villains. Yeah. And they said that they already announced that in She-Hulk, the Abomination's going to come back. Because he's not dead. He's been in prison this entire time since the first Hulk movie. So it's like, I don't know. Zemo can give him the right nudge.
If they're going to bring back Tim Roth for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did. Oh, I mean, they might. I mean, being that the Abomination already is kind of already a creature. I don't know if he goes back to human form, but
That's right.
yeah. I mean, they could always use the voice. We'll see. But yeah, I can't wait for that. And the Wakandans coming in. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just a fan of Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
yeah. Me too.
Yeah, they gotta put that shit on Disney Plus. They don't haven't put that on there because they don't have the rights to the solo Hulk movie, which I think is weird now. It's after 10 years, they still don't have the rights to that. They gotta put that on there. But
Might build up to it.
They'll probably build up to it. But like I said, the She-Hulk thing is coming out. See how that goes. Let's see. Oh, Wakandans. Yeah. How'd you guys feel about the Wakandans coming in here?
I thought they were badass.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god.
Definitely a highlight.
So
John
good.
Walker's over here like, why are you guys using sticks? It's like you can't fight like regular like warrior women. Like, what's wrong with you, man? You're a soldier.
Man. And then like
not saying women are weak, but I'm just like,
dude, like
a hero.
When he put his hand on her, I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
is they gonna go well? Oh my god.
But I think at that point, that's when he realized he needed to take the super serum because he was like, I can't even fight these women who have sticks, and it's like.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of powerless now because these women overtook you.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of easily. It's definitely cool to see like the vibranium shield versus like the vibranium spear. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like two weapons of the same material clash.
Yeah.
And then also like that like, you know, in I guess in Captain America. No, sorry, in Avengers: Infinity War. I remember that one scene where like the Wakandan lady, I forgot the actress, the name of the actress, but she's like, when I thought you were opening world, I didn't know you were gonna mean it like this. And she's like, we didn't, you know,
Starbucks.
Black Panther.
Oh
yeah. What you thought what thought I see?
Open up to the world.
Yeah, and so like this series, I mean, they're like inclusion in this series. It seems like, you know, they're already invested in like international affairs as much as they do or don't want to be, and they're already in it, you know.
The Dorje Malage are allowed to be wherever they want to be, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah. You can't tell them what to do.
No. I mean, and you know what? I'm glad that they showed up too, because it shows like how big, you know, we're still living in this universe. So it's like there's a lot of people that show up, and the fact that it kind of reminds you is the fact that that unfortunately, God, what's his name? The Black Panther passed away. Wow, I'm brain farting. Huh? Chadwick. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm brain farting. Thank you. That Chadwick Boseman, you know, passed away, and that eventually they're gonna have a new Black Panther, and for that culture, the Black Panther is kind of earned. And here we have a whole Captain America series, which is all based about someone else picking up the mantle. And so it's like, okay, if we can definitely do that with Captain America, we can, of course, do that with a Captain America and do it in the most honorable way. And so I can't wait to see what they do with that.
And plus, they have the technology and stuff and the resources to keep basically the world in check. And I think after Endgame, that's kind of their goal. After all this is kind of keep the world in check.
Yeah.
Because they have all the technology and the resources and the weapons they need. And when Zemo got out, that's their job. They keep all the villains away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I hate to see that Sharon Carter is, you know, becoming a bad person now. And it's like, yeah, she did get screwed over those few years back, but it's like, man, I actually liked that character a while back, and now she's gonna be a villain. I was like, no, that sucks. I was like, man.
Oh, the way
You kissed Captain America.
You just got
Yeah. The way I look at it, or the one that I was trying to trying to get her anger, like trying to figure out why, and I remember reference Batman, the Red Hood. At one point the Red Hood. I remember one comic, volume 1. He's like, obviously you can't end crimes. You can't end crime, but you can only control it. So that's how I felt like the Power Broker was trying to do. Like she sees from above, and she's trying to put these guys to fight each other, so she can control that fight in a way.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, she might be also one of the people in charge of trying to put the Thunderbolts together.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I thought so too.
Shit. Anybody else have anything to say about the series, man? They make a season 2. I'll be thrilled for it. I like to see where it goes.
I just like the scene where Isaiah Bradley is explaining to Sam about what they experimented on him, and the 300 plus men getting experimented on, and he was the only one that basically survived. But when he goes on and explain they were going to kill his camp, and that basically he went in and saved them all. And what happened? He got incarcerated for 30 years. He had to fake his own death just to be free. Mm-hmm. And we see Steve Rogers, who did that probably 15, 20 years before him, white male, and he over here gets rewarded for that shit.
Yep.
Captain America 1. He's over here saving his whole...
Good point, man. Good point.
His whole squad. He goes back and saves Bucky and everybody, frees them all. Goes against the orders, and he gets rewarded. He becomes a hero for doing that. Women throw themselves at him, but he gets Isaiah Bradley's over here getting experimented on. It just sucks to see. That's how America was.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and I like how Marvel didn't sugarcoat it. It's great that they actually had to show that type of reality. One thing I definitely liked is the second to last episode, you see Sam training with the shield, and it's okay, now that he has a shield, I'm sure he can throw it, but I'm I don't think he's ever used it before, really. And so it's you see him training on it, and you see how hard it is for him to get used to it. Plus the fact that he doesn't have a super soldier serum. Yeah. But he finally gets the hang of it. I was loving that. I was yes, finally some training in there. That's cool. Build up to that. I can't wait to see the interaction between Spider-Man and this new Captain America, because he's gonna be aren't you Falcon or something like that? And he's gonna make fun of him. Because I know Anthony Mackie and Tom Holland always have this banter with each other off screen. It's pretty funny, and so I can't wait to see where they go with the series and the movies. That'll be great to see. I have no idea what's next for them. Captain America Winter Soldier. They could do another series or a movie. As far as I know, I didn't see anything announced about them.
They are doing a Captain America 4. They're doing a
that's right. Okay, they are. Okay, my bad.
So I don't think they're going to continue on the series, but we're going to see more of probably John Walker. I'm sure Bucky will still be in it. Mm-hmm. I hope they change his name to White Wolf.
That'd be cool.
And that's when he becomes a White Wolf.
Nice.
That's what they called him.
Be the White Wolf.
And maybe we see the Thunderbolts in there. I don't know.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Their own version of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3?
Not 3. I didn't play 3. I played 1 and 2 back in the day. But was 3 pretty good?
I was a big fan of 3, and it was almost like Super Smash Brothers in a way, where since if you play these Marvel characters, their movesets and the things they can do really feel like what the character would do. And I was on a grind, so I was just trying to level up all these characters, and I was just kind of Falcon. There's a lot of other Marvel characters I'd rather play. Falcon was my list. But when I got the Falcon and I started to play with him, I was oh damn, it really changed my thought on Falcon on his move list. I was this is something he would do, the fly and the shoot.
Yeah.
The game just did a really good job of putting the moves and the characters together. So it was just like it just changed my whole view on Falcon in general. So
For sure. When I first saw the Falcon like really fight was like the opening of Captain America Civil War, and you see him like how versatile he was with his wings. I was like, holy shit, he can do all that. I was like, damn. And then you add this shield to him now, and it's like, man, this guy's unstoppable. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, I thought the game was super smart with all their move list and all the things the characters do. It was a great game.
Yeah. Plus the fact that his wings now are vibranium, and the fact that when the helicopter crashed, he stopped it just by blocking it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh man, this is awesome. This is awesome. He's more than a shield now. It's like his freaking wings. He looked like a fucking angel just floating by. Okay, yeah. Like, so let's. I mean, that was our. I guess anything else that anybody wanted to add about that?
Well, here, I just want to throw a question out there. Who would win a fight, Vulture from Homecoming or Falcon?
Falcon. Are we talking about Falcon now or Falcon like before he got the vibranium armor and shit?
Original Falcon.
Original Falcon.
I still think Falcon takes him.
Yeah, I think.
Falcon too.
Yeah.
Their wings was like it's kind of.
Yeah, I think Vulture's wings were more bigger, but he was a lot slower. And yeah, Falcon can get right in there up close and do some damage. And I think Falcon definitely takes it. All right.
That's good comparison though.
Yeah, definitely good comparison. Jesus. Okay, so we'll end it there with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. Let's get into Invincible. All right, so how far did you guys get? So we don't do some spoilers.
I watched it all.
You watched it all? Robert?
I watched episode 1.
You watched one episode?
One and two.
You watched 1 and 2? Okay, so and Stephanie watched the entire series as well, but we won't spoil anything. We're talking about Invincible.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So those listening, if you guys haven't seen Invincible, it's created by Robert Kirkman, the guy who did The Walking Dead. And I was like, okay, he did a superhero cartoon. I saw the trailer for it. I was like, okay, something to watch. And then the end, the end just shocked the hell out of me. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, there's the Walking Dead creator I know.
The voice actors in there are from.
Oh yeah, a lot of the voice actors are from The Walking Dead. A lot of big names in there. A lot of big names. And I mean, as a series review for this, like I apparently the comic came out a few years back. I've never heard of this comic, and now I'm like, I don't think I want. This show makes me not want to read the comic because like I'm gonna get spoiled because they're adding so much stuff from the comics onto here. I'm like, okay, I definitely want to see what happens next. And seeing that J.K. Simmons is the lead voice in this, it's like, holy shit! Like to see where this stuff goes, it's like it's pretty incredible. And I mean, I think what they do best here is they make Mortal Kombat look like a wimp. They make the movie look like a wimp because this show shows the reality of what happens when you fuck with a superhero and they want to do some damage to you. They show it, and it's like, holy fuck. I mean, and I've heard that Seth Rogen is who's also does a voice appearance in this show. They're in production of trying to do a live action movie.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what's for sure true. I mean, I've heard that rumors about that, but like I don't know if they can do it because I feel exactly what the Warner Brothers is going to do again with the whole Mortal Kombat thing. It's like executives are going to get too scared of what they show and what they do, and it's like here you can get away with it with this animation because it looks great, but if you do it with a live action and it's real people exploding, then it's like. I don't know if you can get away with that.
Decapitation, like you're getting your arm ran through.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I feel like just after watching the first episode, it like as an animated series, it just works. Like I just never seen an animated cartoon that was like, oh my god, like it was brutal to watch. So I think it captured something kind of special, and I hope. I mean, it'd be interesting to live action, but I don't think it would ever live up to like what they did in the animated. And like Robert Kirkman, like his original Walking Dead, like his comic book, I read like quite a few of them, and I was like, man, this is like such a good like cartoon or comic. And then when you watch the Walking Dead show, I was like, yeah, it's good, but the comic was way more good. So I thought it was like really exciting to see him do an animated series because I think animation and drawings and all that.
He probably got more free play to
exactly
get more gruesome with it.
Got more freedom to do it. And I like how the episodes are about like an hour long each, so it's like, oh man, so you get a lot of stuff.
Unique too. That was unique.
So when I watched the first episode, up until like the end of the first episode, I was like, oh, this is kind of like this. They kind of relates to like I kind of reminded me of like Sky High, like that kid superhero movie where like this guy needs to high school trying to learn his powers and stuff, and then his dad's like already a major like superhero.
Oh yeah, definitely like that.
And then up until the end, I was just like, okay, now this is kind of like I'm getting some type of feel of The Boys from like on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched that yet, but
so it's a good thing to like to consider. I mean, I feel like in this series, like the world that they live in, like superheroes are like common and like people already like the people like the community like the public already know about them and it's almost like it's like being a superhero can be an actual like a job like that you can put on your resume or something like that, or they're just so used to like superheroes flying around defending them and they're used to like alien invasions. So like it's different from like what we see like with X-Men, like just like they're merging mutants out here, or like the Justice League where like
they're becoming heroes.
Yeah, they're becoming heroes and there's so few of them. And so I think I like this kind of like reality where like it's almost like a norm.
Straight off the bat, it gave me like Justice League vibes a little bit because I was like each character kind of resembles somebody from Justice League. And I was like, oh, but then it kind of reminded me of I don't know if you guys ever saw the Batman Beyond series where like there's an older version of Justice League and then Superman like somehow goes bad.
Oh yeah,
that's what it kind of reminded me of, where he was like hurting or killing heroes.
Oh Jesus!
So it was interesting to see that again. Because I always wondered that, like, because everyone always talks about how dark Superman can get. Like, Superman can basically kill everybody.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see somebody resemble Superman, and he goes and does that.
It got so popular on YouTube with people's reactions to that first episode that they even had medical doctors, examine those scenes that you see at the very end of the first movie, like how what's his name, Red Rush was getting crushed with his head getting crushed slowly and his eye popping out and blood just splattering, and they show like the I forgot his name, Darkwing, who's like the Batman ripoff and just like gets splattered with Omni-Man just because he's normal human just splattered him like a freaking bug. I was like, oh my god. And like here this show, it doesn't really besides Invincible himself, besides Mark, like they don't really show like how everyone else got their powers like that. You see this Jean Grey type of character who's very powerful, Adam Eve, that's what her name is, but you never see how she gets her powers or anything like that. So it's like, holy cow.
Her parents are regular
humans. So it's like, is she a mutant or something like that? So it's kind of weird. But like they just go straight into like, hey, there's a bunch of superheroes out here. There's a bunch of different teams. They have their own like Justice League, Teen Titan type of thing. They everyone has their own teams, and so like kids like all know all about superheroes, and Omni-Man just happens to be the biggest one. And then they have this secret government agency, which I really loved how they played that out.
Almost.
Yeah. And it's kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. almost, and they have this like, they even work with even sometimes villains or even demons, kind of that looks like a Hellboy ripoff. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. I was like, oh shit! And so you see where the series goes, and it's just like, wow. Babe, did you want to do a review? No, okay. she's like traumatized, like, no, my god. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but how I can compare it. The last few episodes is that you remember when Batman vs Superman, the beginning, where you see the point of view of Metropolis getting destroyed, and you see Batman's view of running toward the buildings and people getting crushed by buildings, stuff like that. Superman creating chaos up there with Vazad and buildings. Well, they did the PG version of that. Here,
definitely.
Yeah, they did the PG version. Here, they do something similar to that. The superheroes fighting villains and stuff like that, and it looks like the beach scene from Saving Private Ryan. I swear to God.
Everybody
Yeah.
dies.
That's the best way to sum it up. And it's like you see everything, and it's like wow. And that's where it's like it kind of breaks me. Where like I don't think they can do this live action. No, there's no way they can get away with this. Like there's no executives out there that won't have the stomach to do this. And it's just like oh my God. But yeah, any more lasting thoughts about that? I thought it was a great series. I can't wait for season 2, and I love all the voice actors that are on this. It's pretty crazy, and the memes were incredible. The memes are.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching episode 3. There's many routes you can take, so I'm interested to see which one it does end up choosing. I'll probably watch it with my boy Martin over here.
Oh yeah. And definitely, I know like some episodes are probably slower than others. Like some having to go off on their own storyline or something else, but they eventually all come back, and it just builds up, and it's like, wow, we're in this. We're in the end game now. Oh my God.
Already?
Yeah, that type of thing. So just keep going, and like it's gonna shock you.
Yeah, I just feel like in this series, the love interest and the best friend situation, where like they know about the secret about him being a hero, is a lot different than seeing him just regular superheroes, cartoons or movies. Because usually you get like a love interest, and either like you're really trying to hide the secret from them to protect them from like villains, or they want to know and you tell them and they try to help you as much as they can. And you kind of don't see that situation in this. And then like the best friend, it's like they try to help you with their secret, but either they're in this one, it's like either trying to blab it out or he's like rejecting him as a friend. And like he's not really helping him like he should.
You're not helping the situation here.
Yeah. So it's a little different than seeing regular hero stuff.
It's definitely one of those here because even us nerds, like we get tired of seeing superheroes all the time. Sometimes we need a break sometimes, but like when they change it up like this, it's like, oh, okay, this is something new, and it's great, and so it got me full in. So I like to see where the series goes.
That's what I think. Like Robert Kirkman is like really good at doing that. Watching this first episode just super reminded me of that Walking Dead comic.
Yeah.
Where like in that comic, you didn't really know where it was going to go. Like one moment it was kind of chill, and then the next moment it was like crazy. So it was kind of like, so I could kind of see it in the show, and the show was like, okay, there's some slow parts, but then like Maya Hawkins, you just don't know, and like it's a fun.
Shit. Does any more last minute topics you guys want to talk about? Anything I may have missed that's coming out?
Sorry, that's probably mine. The neighbor.
Like dogs in the background.
We are getting a animated version of Injustice.
I can't believe I was about to forget that. Wow. Yes. So speaking of Superman becoming evil, so people listening to this, that there was a video game called Injustice and Injustice 2, where basically to sum it up, that Joker kills Lois and Superman actually kills her by accident, and it just drove him crazy where he's like, you know what? Fuck all crime, fuck prisons. I'm doing law and order now. I'm the judge, jury, executioner shit. You're gonna follow my way or no one's gonna live through it. And he decides to take over the world, and people either followed him or just like they died. That was simple as that. And so that was that world. And I love the video game. I love the sequel. I like to see where they go with number 3. And the fact that they're doing animation of this, it has to be like, because now DC is definitely getting more into animated rated R movies. They're doing The Long Halloween, which is supposed to come out in a few weeks, I think, with Jason Eccles, who Supernatural is now cast as Batman. Woo! Yeah. As you remember, he did the Red Hood voice a few years back, Batman under the Red Hood. So now he's doing Batman, and Long Halloween is a very popular comic. There's even a motion audio comic of it on YouTube. It's pretty well read, pretty well animated. But yeah, they're not doing full animation of that. But yeah, now with Injustice, I was like, oh man, I like to see where this goes. I like to see where it goes. Yeah. Anybody else have anything else? Let's see. besides The Rock playing Crypto. Oh yeah, The Rock is gonna voice Crypto, the dog, Superman's dog, in an animated series.
If he can't be Superman, might as well be his dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a cartoon show.
But he's also gonna be Black Adam, right?
Yeah, he's still gonna be Black Adam, and he's still looking buff as shit. And I was like, dude, you gotta stop he's like getting bigger and bigger every movie. And I was like, fuck. Hulk, he's going out for the Hulk part instead. Oh my god. But I think we'll end it there, guys. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm having brain farting on what else is coming out, but like, yeah, man, it was great to talk about these series that we finally get to talk about. Definitely watch Invincible. Let us know how it's gonna go, and let me get all your thoughts about that. And yeah, I think the next big series is Loki series coming out soon. It's happening on Wednesdays, right?
June 9th or something like that, 8th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, we're gonna see where this series takes us, because I have absolutely no idea where this is gonna go. Like, why are we doing a Loki series? And it's not even the Loki that we know. It's an alternate version of Loki now, and so it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And then, I mean, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I like the character. I'm just like interested. I'm like, I have no idea. Like, what's this building up to? So I can't wait for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it definitely. I feel like Loki will definitely build up to like these cosmic powers that kind of like define like realities in time, in time, because with the Eternals coming out soon, I think we'll get a glimpse of like the early beginnings of the universe as a whole in the MCU.
Yeah, we don't know how far back he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because TFS is like in Loki, the TFS means like they're like some time kind of cops or something like that.
It kind of gave me like Legends vibes. I don't know if you ever saw Legends.
Yeah.
At least like the first season was okay, but I didn't really watch the rest of it.
I mean, I know for sure Ant-Man and Wasp 3 is called Quantum Mania or something like that, but basically has something to do with a villain who comes from the future because they mess with time or something like that. So like this, like they're dealing with space aliens now. They're dealing with time, alternate dimensions, and so it's like you need to watch these shows to keep up. It's like, oh my god.
I hope Loki kind of leads into Thor.
I mean, you do see him in the trailer. Like he uses the Asgardian bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, to teleport somewhere. I'm just interested to know where. So we'll see how that goes. How do you feel about the Loki series?
I'm excited. I'm confused about it a little bit, but I mean, I'm excited.
You're excited? Mm-hmm. All right, she's excited. So, and her sister loves Loki, Jessica. Oh man, she adores him.
It's not to adore.
It's not to adore. Well, this Loki. The last time we saw him in Avengers, he stabbed the guy in the eye. Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
I just want to say somebody pointed out in Infinity Wars, when Loki dies from Thanos in the beginning, like they don't really show images of him from when he like steps up to Thanos. Like there's a glimpse, like you see a glimpse of him, and then he's like talking to Thor the whole time, and then later on you see another glimpse of him, and he's kind of like ready to take on Thanos, like he's ready to fight him.
Oh, you think that's a mirage or something?
Somebody was saying like, oh, maybe that's Loki, like from the series, like they're gonna throw him in there, and like somehow he saves himself, and that's him. I don't know, like a different version of Loki.
Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
That's far-fetched, but
they can do whatever the hell they want if they make it work. Fuck. Shit. Damn. Now you got me thinking, man. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. This is episode 96. Yeah, we're getting there to the hundreds. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. And anyone out there, whatever, in the car, out the car, wherever you are, thank you. And let us know what the nerdy and the dirty. So we're gonna get, we're gonna definitely watch some more shows. We'll let you know definitely give our reviews of Loki and let you know, how close we are so we don't spoil anything for you guys. But thank you guys so much for coming on here. And I'll see you guys later.
Good night.
Thank you.
Morning.
Yeah, good night in the morning. You guys have a great week, great weekend.
Good night.
All right, keep drinking. Keep drinking.
Weekend already started.
Hold it down.
Refill.
All right, refill. All right, guys. Later.
Peace.
Peace.